Hi everyone, welcome to Hong Kong Business Owners. I'm Carmen, your dear host, for this special episode. As it's summertime and we all need to slow down, I put together a special episode and collected all the best tips I got from my guests from this season. I hope they will help you see more clearly how to handle your business and to handle also your mental health as a business owner. If you haven't listened to all the other episodes, I invite you to listen to all of them as you have more time to listen and to pay attention to the amazing stories of the entrepreneurs I welcomed in my podcast. So sit comfortably, listen to their tips, and enjoy your summer. And don't forget to take 30 seconds to show me your support and leave me 5 stars. Thank you. Adam Michael Tocton, co-founder of MCG Talent, a recruitment agency for marketing, creatives, communication, and digital talent, present in 5 locations across Asia and Middle East.
I think for me, I found when I was speaking to clients out here that you either really wanted to work with me and the business or you didn't, because I didn't tell you what you wanted to hear. So there were some clients that just wanted that. Yes, I can do that. Yes, that's not a problem. That's a great brief. You're a great client. And for me, I wanted to kind of take this quote unquote London style of recruitment to Hong Kong, which was just being more honest and just more direct with people from the outset, just so we don't waste each other's time. So if the brief wasn't a good brief, I'd tell them it wasn't a good brief. If they didn't know what they were looking for, I'd call them out on it. If what they were looking for didn't exist, I'd tell them you have to flex the brief. And some clients really, really enjoyed having that conversation because they said that there'd not really been any recruiters that had advised them of this in the past. And it was really refreshing for them and they loved that. Others didn't. They were like, no, I know what I'm looking for. I'm like, well, cool, you go look for it then, because I'm not going to help you. And those businesses we don't work with, and we've got plenty that we do that value our opinion. Having the Middle East and having Asia is quite nice because they're both fairly volatile markets and regions to work in. And I don't think we've had a year yet where both markets have really flown. So it's always been either like Asia's supported the Middle East, if Middle East has had a bit of a tough start, and vice versa. So last year for Asia, it was a tough year in Asia. But actually the Middle East was really good. So things kind of evened out a bit. I think we just want to kind of ensure that we're expanding and covering all bases. I don't know if this is going to be sort of groundbreaking knowledge, but it's certainly stuff that I think has been good for me. Just being resilient in everything that you do. If you have something that you believe in, just work your socks off to see it through. But know when you're kind of trying to push water uphill that the reality is that it's not going to work and you have to then sometimes give up on it. I've seen some people try to do something and it's just not happening. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, you're not going to get it. So I think the reality to try and expect anything different is wrong. So you've got to change your approach. And you've got to put the hours in. You've got to put the work in. I see people that have told me, I'm going to launch a new business, but then they jump off on holiday or they go and do this. And it's okay. I mean, if you have a really small niche sector and lifestyle approach to it, that's good. But otherwise, if you want to run a successful business, it does become kind of all-consuming and all-encompassing. Work hard, make that happen, and then hopefully, in the not-too-distant future, you can then start to reap the rewards of that and take time for yourself again.
Alan Galani, founder of Impact, fitness educator, and 5 times Muay Thai and kickboxing world champion.
I always come with like weird goals, but goals. I always come up with things that I didn't do before that could be challenging, and that will challenge me. And I'm always thinking and preparing and just looking for things that will challenge me. This is what I do. So when I wake up, I'm excited about, okay, what's today? What am I going to do today? okay, today I'm gonna achieve this or that, or do this combination, or do this exercise, or do this investment, or look for something. So, and that is exciting for me. So when I'm stepping out my door, I'm like, yes, go and get it. Go and get it. If you love something, I mean, you're going for a period of time because you love it, because you're having fun, because you're happy doing it, because, it brings you joy, it brings you, some things that could last for more than that. But if you just want to make it it's just money, be careful. And remember that in the beginning, you will be challenged. You will probably lose more than you earn. So are you willing to ride that all the way through? Because success is coming, down the line, right? It's not always in the beginning. So it's going to be tough first before it gets better.
Delphine Lefay, co-founder of On The List, a members-only flash sales company.
I think it's a different way of looking at the business because before we are very GMV focused, so very growth focused and very eager to grow. But since then, we have a completely different approach. Okay, GMV is nice to see and it's important, but at the end of the day, what we want to see is really the profitability of the business. Our aim is really to continue this business long term because we love it and we want still to grow the company. So if we want to sustain long term, we have to be profitable. We don't want to. We are not this kind of company that have been invested and a lot of millions and they are not profitable for a few years and after they will resell and everything. So we are more in the long term approach, and it's what we say to the brand because when we work with a brand, the idea is to work with them on a long term basis and to be their partner for this stock management and not to do one shot and to leave. So now, 2023, we achieved the objective and we go back to healthy profitability. So the idea is really to continue on that direction and to be cautious as well on the new developments because it's true that you can say, okay, now it's going back to normal and let's do that. But then we need to be careful as well. I think something that we always do since the beginning is in test and learn. Because if you have an idea, you can, at the beginning, before launching your company, you can wait your idea or your concept to be completely perfect and to launch it, but then it will take years. While if you, and I already had this idea that was given to me that if you want to open a restaurant, don't wait to have the perfect location, the perfect chef and everything. Just start to cook at home, invite your friends first. Then second time you cook at home and you ask your friend to pay and then you're going to see if they're paying for it or not. This kind of stuff. So just don't wait for the final perfect, but just test and learn. And in fact, it's what we are doing all the time in our daily job and daily life.
Sébastien Salon, an expert in real estate investment in France and founder of Acheter pour louer, literally means buy to rent.
How did I change from medical to real estate? So first, I already invested quite a lot in the past before I quit my job. So I know about real estate, as well as I was surrounded by my partner and other people working in this field. And that's something I quite enjoyed. And what's happened is we had friends wanted to invest in France and they had no people to help them. So it's how I was thinking, okay, I need to do something. I need to create a company that can help people in all the steps. I had the support of my partner. So that's really important financially as well as advice. And I started from scratch and I did a bachelor degree.
Yeah. So you did go back to studying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but that's something I'm not afraid. I'm all the time studying because when I started as a nurse, I was working and then I did a master degree. So I had my master during my whole career. And then I quit my job maybe 4 years after and I started a bachelor degree. And now, even now, I'm still doing some course because I want to have more skills. So I'm working on a little bit on the banking side to help people for the mortgage in France, but as well as I'm learning because I want to become a real estate agent in Hong Kong as well. One really, really important thing is to learn, to continue to learn and to be up to date about anything. So, for example, you do the social media, but I'm sure every day you need to learn new things because, for example, Facebook, not so many people go to Facebook anymore. And there is so many platforms, like we do the podcast, like maybe 10 years ago, nobody was thinking podcasts will be listened. So you need to be in your business when you start a business thinking, okay, I do my business, but what will be the next step? You need to be one step up front, you know.
Carla Martinezzi, founder of Chomp, an award-winning food-saving app that helps F&B businesses reduce their unsold food surplus by listing them on the app at a discount.
So I got told by an investor on last Tuesday, that no one has dominated the Asian market. I've been thinking about it ever since. It's been like a week so far, and I've been thinking about it. Yes, you're right. Like, no one has dominated the Asian market. And the municipal solid waste law is coming into effect in August, but it has already been in effect in other countries like Korea and Taiwan. And I was thinking, these are markets that have, you know, similar food society, like food industries. They are very good with sustainability because they already get taxed on their garbage. They're already into recycling, but there's no solution for their food waste problem. Japan has the highest food waste per capita per person in Asia. And 50% of the world's food waste problem is only Asia.
Wow.
Versus Africa, Latin America, North America, Europe. It's super embarrassing.
Yeah. But there are also more people in Asia, probably.
And there's also more restaurants.
Yeah.
And more F&B scene. So yes, it's still proportional, but it's still like not a great number. So I would love to expand across Asia and bring Chomp to other places that could really benefit from it. And I think it would be a really great next move. But for now, especially in Hong Kong, there's still so much that needs to happen. We help with a couple of government campaigns to promote food waste. So trying to move legislation would be a great one. Education is something we're already pushing. We work with schools, we work with universities to create like curriculum, but also just food waste education. Things that I wish I did before, it was a lot of research. I felt like I did so much. We did the marketing research, the industry research. We spoke to 20 F&B stores, and I thought that was enough. I interviewed 6 app teams across the world. It wasn't just Hong Kong. It was like in Turkey and the UK. And I felt like I did all the due diligence I needed. I spoke to a lawyer before I started. You know, I spoke to my parents. I spoke to investors, and I feel like I did as much research as I could. Looking back, I could have done way more. I think there's so much more I could have thought out. Like, there are many features on the app that exist today. Granted, it's because of feedback, it's because of experiences I had where I was like, I think that should be added, but actually it would have saved so much time and money and costs if I had done some research on what other app features exist and then done it in the initial proposal.
I hope you liked this special summer edition episode. Don't forget to leave me 5 stars and to catch up on the previous episodes you might have missed. I wish you all a very happy summer. Enjoy the sun. I will see you again in September. And don't forget to slow down. Bye.